It was the fall of 2017 when this thing came out. This is the 5th generation Apple TV. This one in particular happens to be the 32GB version 4K model, which retails for around $180 from what I've been seeing. During the holidays, it usually gets discounted $10. But there still is a non-4K option available that sells for around $150. But I don't recommend getting the non-4K version unless you don't own a 4K TV, nor do you have plans on purchasing one in the future. Since you're already paying $150, it's actually worth paying a little bit more for the 4K. That's just my personal recommendation, because that's where the whole entire experience takes into play in 4K. So the 4K version is a must-have in my opinion. But in today's day and age, is this set-top box device even worth it? Well, with more and more streaming platforms now becoming available, the choices isn't just buying this for streaming Netflix, Hulu. Now since there's Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, Amazon Prime, and there's so much more. But I could guarantee you, if it's a premium streaming provider, it's most likely going to be available on the Apple TV as well as some other competitors. But a somewhat exclusive that you do get with the Apple TV is, of course, Apple TV Plus, which is currently only supported on the Apple TV and the Roku. I'll share more about my thoughts about Apple TV Plus in a little bit. I know it's weird that only those two devices are exclusive to Apple TV Plus at the moment. Maybe in the near future it'll be supported on the Chromecast, but that's where I see the problem with the Apple TV. With a starting price of $150 for just the entry level one, you can get a Chromecast with equivalent specs like the Chromecast Ultra for about $50. The Amazon Fire Stick TV 4K usually retails for around $25 to $50, depending on what kind of sale it is. Amazon like to do their holiday sales like Prime Day, and just recently Black Friday, it was retailing for around $25. And don't forget, Roku also has an Ultra, which is really competitive with the Apple TV, and even the standard Stream Stick Plus 4K odd title, but that would also be a much more affordable alternative, as all those previously mentioned devices all support the latest top 50 popular streaming applications. And also some of your everyday devices might also have a high chance of supporting these new premium newly released applications. So why bother purchasing an Apple TV? Well, the reason why someone will actually buy this unit is that Apple ecosystem. You see, unlike the Chromecast, I'm unable to cast my entire screen on an iOS device, like from my iPad, iPhone, but with the Apple TV, I'm able to do all of that. And if I'm on Mac OS, I can actually use this as an extended display or mirror the display for PowerPoint presentations. And compared to its competitors, for example, the Roku, that remote is pretty cool. I like that it does have a headphone jack right there that you can actually plug in on the side of the controller. But I do like the entire Apple ecosystem that Apple integrated with the Apple TV. For example, if you own a pair of AirPods or other headphones that have this very similar feature, you can easily just choose and select the AirPods right there, and it's gonna play the audio wirelessly to those headphones. You can also connect other third-party headphones by simply pairing them via Bluetooth. And then with this new added update of tvOS 13, there's a lot more useful, very useful innovations that Apple integrated in its OS. No other streaming device that I use have some of this very useful features. Like I have the freedom to switch from full screen to wide, and I'm also able to see the exact same time I started the show or movie and what time exactly it's gonna end. And then unlike the Fire Stick TV, I'm not being bombarded with a ton of Amazon shows on my homepage. That's one of the reasons why I prefer the Apple TV, because as soon as you launch the Apple TV application, not to be confused with the Apple TV Plus, it would actually automatically organize all these streaming applications I already installed on the Apple TV. The shows and movies that I previously watched, it's all right here. So Disney Plus is like right here. It's not recommending Apple TV Plus like at my face. It's just keeping everything organized automatically for me without needing to actually go into the application itself to continue watching what I was watching. And if there's a new episode that got added to a series, it's also going to show up right here automatically. Then a similar feature, somewhat like what the Chromecast offers, I can still cast movies, TV shows, even YouTube by simply tapping on the little cast square box on the video that I'm watching. It works on all of the same applications that worked on the Chromecast, but unlike the Chromecast, if you switch to a different application like on Twitch, you don't have to manually tap the cast. It will automatically switch as soon as you select that video. So you don't have to repeat that process to cast it on the screen. It will continue doing so once you end it, or you turn off your TV. And then casting it will also automatically turn back on your TV if you want to. Now you see, I do own the Chromecast and I really do like that device, but when you're switching between applications, sometimes when you recast certain things, the application just crashes. With the Apple TV, I never experienced these annoying bugs. So already, the Apple TV wins this round because the OS is just better built compared to other streaming devices. Now, another big major perk about purchasing a 4K Apple TV, any standard or high definition movie or TV show that you purchase, if 4K is available on that previously purchased movie or TV show, you'll be automatically upgraded to 4K. This is a killer feature, but unfortunately, this does not apply to third-party applications like Movie Anywhere or other movie redeem services when you purchase like a brand new Blu-ray movie. But if you happen to own a very large library of iTunes movies or TV shows, this is great because technically you'll be receiving free upgrades, and that's a huge selling point. Now, Apple Arcade is now available on the Apple TV. This was a part of the new TV OS update. Now, in case you don't know, Apple Arcade is a gaming monthly service which gives you access to over 100 plus games to play. It's $4.99 a month, and with the Apple TV you can actually connect an actual gaming controller to it, like a PlayStation or an Xbox One controller, wirelessly via Bluetooth. And these games handle very well on this small device. The graphics, I will compare them honestly to like a Nintendo Switch. As a matter of fact, some of these games actually feel like a Nintendo product. But if you would ask me, is this thing worth it? I don't think so. Personally, if I would to ever subscribe to a gaming service, I would personally subscribe to a real one, like what PlayStation has to offer or Microsoft with its Game Pass. Because for just double the cost of just $9.99 a month, I get access to some very fun AAA title games, and sometimes you get this access on day one when the game gets released. So Apple Arcade, I really don't see a value here, especially since these are all just mobile games. Which means, yes, if you're subscribed, you can also play this on an iPad or even an iPhone, but still don't see value here. Unless you are a real mobile gamer, then it's your call. Now, exterior wise, I like the set box. It's slick, it's very minimum. There's no physical buttons, there's just an LED indicator. The matte black with the gloss look matches with your other electronics very well. And the remote itself, it's really thin. It's made out of aluminum as well as glass. You have volume controls, which does support CEC, so I could power on the TV or turn it off with just this remote. Siri is integrated on your device, so just like your iPhone, if you have HomeKit installed in your household, you can control your lights and all that jazz on your remote as well. And just like the Fire Stick TV or other remotes with a built-in microphone, you could use Siri to search for certain things like shows, movies, or even actors. You can also ask it general questions if you feel like it. But you don't have to use this remote, because if you're using Apple products, the controller is already integrated in its OS. So unlike other streaming devices, there's no need to install or launch applications to take control of the Apple TV. Again, thanks to that Apple ecosystem, I could control this off my Apple Watch, an iPhone, or an iPad without being required to launch an application. So all in all, my final verdict about the Apple TV in today's day and age, out of all the devices out there in today's market, the Apple TV obviously has the most games available, but Roku still hands down has the most applications for streaming. The 4K version of the Apple TV does have HDR10 with Adobe Vision, but most other 4K devices nowadays also have this. And then as for the Apple TV Plus service, it's alright. I think Apple still needs more time to release a masterpiece, like what Amazon Prime did with The Boys, Netflix with Stranger Things, and so much more. And then Disney Plus is killing it with The Mandalorian. Easily a 10 out of 10. Highly recommend watching that. But I did give Apple TV a try. I did watch some of those shows like See or All for Mankind. I think that was really interesting. I even gave The Morning Show a shot, and honestly all of them were good, but nothing crazy or mind-blowing in my opinion compared to what's available on other platforms. But if you like some of these shows, feel free to comment down below and go ahead and prove me wrong. But this being the 32GB version, the storage I'm still left is more than enough that I ever need. I have all my favorite streaming streaming applications installed and also some games with room still to spare. So it's clear, if you're living in the Apple ecosystem, the Apple TV might be a great product for you, because it's clear at this point, you're not buying it for Apple TV Plus. It's honestly the OS that's holding its value here. But for $180 for the 4K, if you think that's too much, I wouldn't blame you. Because honestly, I could get the same amount of features, same streaming experience from other streaming devices. But that's my review of the Apple TV 4K 32GB model. Go ahead and comment down below which one of these streaming devices you actually went for and why. Let's see what valid reasons you guys have to offer in the comment section down below. And don't forget, like always, check those links in the video description down below. They're always going to be updated to the latest deals. In case one goes on sale, it's always going to be up to date. Now, if you went ahead and picked up an Apple TV, make sure to check out this video right here as I go through all of the awesome hidden features, some useful tips and settings to also change in that device. And then this video over here, that is a video that YouTube is recommending specifically for you. They say you're going to like it. Go ahead and check it out and let me know in the comment section if YouTube was right. Anyway, folks, thank you once again for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.